What if everything you thought about immigration was wrong? For undocumented Jamaicans in the US, life feels like walking a tightrope, balancing between dreams and deportation. But legal pathways exist. The problem, however, is that the US immigration system isn't just complex, it's intimidating. Misinformation, changing policies, and hidden options leave many stuck in limbo. Today, we are cutting through the confusion. Whether you are thinking about marriage, family, work, or family-based options, this guide breaks down what works, what doesn't, and what you can do right now. Here's the bigger picture. Immigration laws have tightened over the years. Policies shift from one administration to the next. President Trump's mass deportation agenda now casts a shadow over undocumented communities. But even in the most challenging times, Jamaicans have found ways to legalize their status. Let's explore these pathways, step by step. Pathway 1. Marriage to a US citizen. Marriage to a US citizen is often called the fast track to legal status. But is it? Here's how it works. If you marry a US citizen, you can apply for a green card. The good news? Many applications are processed without leaving the US if your marriage is legitimate. But here's where it gets tricky. If you entered the country without inspection, you might need to leave to process your visa, triggering a 3 or 10-year re-entry ban. This is where waivers come in, but getting one requires proving that your spouse would face extreme hardship if you're denied. Imagine trying to quantify heartbreak on paper. For example, Michelle, an undocumented Jamaican, married a US citizen. Despite years of living under the radar, she successfully applied for a waiver, proving her husband's medical condition would worsen without her care. Today, she's a green card holder, but only after navigating a labyrinth of legal steps. Pathway 2. Family-based immigration. Family reunification is the backbone of US immigration. If you have a US citizen or lawful permanent resident relative, like a parent, child, or sibling, they can sponsor you. For immediate relatives, spouses, minor children, or parents of US citizens, the process is quicker. But for siblings or adult children, you are looking at years, sometimes decades, of waiting. And if you entered without inspection, you will likely face challenges similar to those in the marriage process. David's sister, a US citizen, filed a petition for him. However, with a 15-year backlog in his visa category, David needed a waiver for unlawful entry. He eventually succeeded, but the wait tested his family's patience and resilience. Pathway 3. Employment-based immigration. This pathway is ideal for those with specialized skills or an employer willing to sponsor them. It's particularly effective for Jamaicans in fields like healthcare, education, or construction, areas where the US faces labor shortages. Here's how it works. Your employer must prove that no qualified US worker can fill the role. This involves a labor certification process, which can take months or even years. Additionally, undocumented workers face extra hurdles if they enter the US unlawfully. Advanced degrees or extraordinary abilities can sometimes waive these barriers. Patrice, a teacher from Jamaica, secured a job offer from a US school facing staffing shortages. Her employer sponsored her green card. Today, she is a lawful permanent resident. But it wasn't simple. Labor certification and legal consultations made it a long road. Pathway 4. Humanitarian protection. Humanitarian programs like asylum or U visas can provide a lifeline for those fleeing dangerous situations, but this route likely won't be an option for many. Asylum. To qualify, you must prove a well-founded fear of persecution in Jamaica based on race, religion, political opinion, or other protected grounds. It's a rigorous process requiring extensive evidence and interviews. 𝐒𝐕𝐆𝐄. This option is for victims of serious crimes who assist law enforcement. It not only provides legal status, but can lead to a green card after 3 years. Are you learning something new here? Hit that subscribe button. Stay informed with life-changing tips and insights on navigating the U.S. immigration system. Don't miss your chance to turn uncertainty into opportunity. Pathway 5. Parole in Place Initiative. A relatively recent option. This program helps undocumented individuals married to U.S. citizens, particularly military personnel. It allows them to apply for legal status without leaving the country, a huge relief for those fearing re-entry bans. But beware, eligibility is strict. Applicants need to show clean criminal records and long-term residency. Even then, recent legal challenges have cast doubts on its future. Let's get real. Each of these pathways has its obstacles. Whether it's proving the legitimacy of a relationship, securing sponsorship, or gathering evidence for asylum, the process demands preparation, patience, and often legal support. Common challenges include long wait times. Family-based visas for siblings can take decades. Proving relationships, insufficient documentation can lead to denial. Legal nuances. A single misstep can derail an application. But here's the key. Knowledge and persistence pay off. Here are 2 bonus facts. Mythbuster. Having a US-born child doesn't grant automatic legal status. However, it could strengthen your case if applying for certain waivers. Policy alert. Deportation rates among undocumented Jamaicans have dropped significantly in recent years, reflecting evolving enforcement priorities. Alarming stats. Over half of net migration to the United States since 2021 has been among people who entered the country illegally. Of the roughly 8 million net migrants who came to the US over the past 4 years, about 5 million, or 62%, were unauthorized, according to an estimate by Goldman Sachs. Share this video with someone who needs it. It could be a game changer for them. Also, remember to watch other videos on this channel for more insights into immigration and other critical topics. Your status doesn't define your story. Legal pathways exist, but require courage, persistence, and the right information. Take action today, and ideally, get legal help. The future you want is waiting. It starts with a single step.